Hello and welcome to Youngstown Playlist, a show dedicated to highlighting local musicians right here in Youngstown, Ohio. Our first band has been a staple in the latest wave of Youngstown music, and you're about to hear why. Here are the Vindys.
There's no word to say when the moment has passed by, when the world around me falls. Only then I want to shine. I waited too long to tell you just how I feel. I waited too long. You way back when, how much I love you. The words sit perfect in my mind. Oh, but then I become shy. But I wish I had told you that. Too long to tell you just how I feel. I waited too long to tell you how much I love you. Now you're here only in the back of my mind, thinking of what could have been if I told you way back when how much I love you. And I know the time has passed, I know the time is gone. Too long to tell you just how I feel. I waited too long to tell you how much I love you. Now you're here only in the back of my mind, thinking of what could have been if I told you way back then how much I love you.
How would you describe the Vindys sound? It's a wide...
That's a really good question.
That's what I'm here for, to ask the hard questions.
One time Jackie described it as jazz grunge. So that was somebody said that to you.
Yeah, someone said it to me. I was like, yeah, that sounds
like,
good. I was probably drinking one.
I can buy it, but it's weird. I like to think of it as pop soul because I think we have catchy stuff.
It's a good...
But we have this background. Jackie has her Nora Jones, Amy Winehouse voice going on, so I think that's for the soul.
If I had to write one genre, I think I would be very bored. I would be very bored with it. So I'm kind of all over the spectrum with my writing. And these guys know a lot of the basis of different genres. So I could come to them with a pops tune or a jazzy tune or a country-based tune, and they know where it's heading. And that's what I really like about this group in particular. It's not that they're not like a one-trick pony. It's everything that they're able to do. They can do anything.
Well, even on the EP, which I was listening to get in the mindset on the way here, it's like you go from something that's a little bit heavier. You have the, electric guitar, and then the next one is a song that you'd expect to hear in a speakeasy.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the short selection that you already had before your new album was already across a spectrum. So.
And that was an issue I had after the EP going into writing a full-length album, was that I really wanted it to sound cohesive, and writing some different songs, figuring out what kind of sound we wanted to go to. This album is definitely way more of a Vindys sound now. What that is, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But it's definitely cohesive. It has its thing. It has its place.
Since we're talking about the album and the sound, when you had two songs, I think it was Red Wine and Bang, on the EP that are now on the full album, and you re-recorded them. So what went into kind of reworking them?
I think so. Bang, especially. We probably have 4 versions of Bang. I mean, we have the country jazz.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we have all kinds of. But that song itself it lends to going all kinds of different ways. And I wasn't. While I'm very happy with how it turned out on the EP, I think that there was just little things that I wanted to either hear more of or take things out. And with me, it's I just didn't want to let him go just yet. I was just and I think finally, I'm happy enough. This is the end, I promise. I'm not gonna get, crazy with putting it, or maybe I will, we'll see.
The follow-up album is just you covering your own song of Bang. Just
12 different versions on
one. You're one of the bigger more recognizable, I would think, of the Youngstown, acts that are coming. How is that coming from just starting out to now? People would recognize you if you were playing, or I know people who have never seen your shows or heard your music, but they would recognize your name.
When we come and play Youngstown, we play at Suzie's here, it just feels great to, see people maybe singing our songs, singing Bang, singing Red Wine. And that has a lot to do with, the Summit Radio has been an awesome support in Akron, and different podcasts in Youngstown. They've been really supportive, and I think that, I don't feel like we're crazy, but I still come here and hang out, and but I think that's what's cool about it, is that we know a lot of people in the area already, so they feel like they can just hang out with us anyway. So it's, we're not feeling.
It hasn't gone to your head yet.
No.
Yet.
No. Yeah.
I think it's exciting though. We had a show here not too long ago, and it was pretty well publicized and well-attended show. And I feel like 90% of the show, I was talking with Edward about this, that 90% of the people we really didn't know. So it's kind of nice to see that, you're not always relying on your friends or the other musicians in town who are hopefully working that night as well. It's nice to see that you're starting to see, other people who are just as excited as your music as your friends are, and as your family. You're not having to worry about them coming to fill up a bar.
Yeah. I've had friends text me and say, "Oh, I saw somebody walking down the street wearing a Vindys shirt," and I'm from Pittsburgh, and these are people in the Slippery Rock, Cranberry, Pittsburgh area. They're like, "Oh, I saw somebody with a Vindys shirt." Or I've been out and seen somebody. I'm like, "Oh, that's me. I'm in that band." But obviously, I'm not going to be like, "Hey, you know who I am." I don't do that. I don't do that yet. But no, it's cool that people have the merchandise, they have the music in their ears. That's a good thing.
Let's talk about the name. It's inherently Youngstown, Vindys, the Vindicator. So what went into officially naming the band?
We just knew that we wanted to incorporate Youngstown somehow. Being a Youngstown-based band, I know these guys are not. Well, Ed's originally from Youngstown, right?
Columbus.
So never mind.
So
I'm the only one that's
25% of the band.
But it was a Youngstown-based band, and that's where we came up with that idea. And the Vindicator, the Vindys, it just sounded good.
It does.
It just rolls off the tongue a little. Yeah.
and they probably got a kick of it, and they're like, ah, yeah.
Oh, they
did.
did.
They definitely did.
The first time they heard us, I think we were playing at Cedars. Was it Guy DeStolfo?
Yeah.
He was like, I gotta write an article, a snippet or something, because that is so great that you guys named your band the Vindys.
Yeah. They're probably like, the editorial staff is like, oh, I see, I told you newspaper's not dead. They're like, yes. Like, we're still get a second wind going. What advice would you give for other local bands who are trying to get started, trying to record, at least start playing live shows?
People are so nervous to get their own songs out there. They're so, and I'm even nervous. The night we played here the other night, I was so nervous. I was like, John, I don't know. But I mean, that's the like anxiety, the excitement of it too, as well, the butterflies and everything. But I think people, if they're trying to get their songs out there, they just need to play. If it's, I mean, we started in doing open mic nights. I mean, just here and there, everywhere. And over the summer, that I think last year, it was the year before, that we just like played maybe 2-3 times a week, maybe for little to no money, just to play, just to get us out there. And I would recommend for any songwriters out there who want to, if it's just you or if it's 5 of you, just get out there and start playing anywhere you can.
And I think this town's super supportive of original music, whether it's a song that is not its end game, as far as like you presenting it to this group of people for the first time. People are going to be just excited to hear something new, you know. And I couldn't possibly imagine anyone ever being negative towards another person's art in this town. So it's more of just do it, you know, because you can always make the excuse of this or that, but just, you know,
Just get out there.
just jump off the cliff and do it.
I think having multiple size versions of the band also helps because, you know, when the band was early on starting, like you guys did a lot of duo gigs, and then it was like with percussion, then it's adding a 4th or 5th member, so we can do a lot of different things, which opens you up to doing so many more types of gigs. So for a band starting out, if you're just a duo, you know, you can play anywhere. Do these wineries that are popping up everywhere, little breweries that are popping up, like Birdfish is great for that kind of thing. Small little venue, you can't fit a full band in there. So that's one thing that I think helped the Vindys and could really help a startup band as well.
Have fun. I mean, if you come and you look across stage at any force at any given moment, someone's like ear to ear grin because like somebody said something stupid or somebody played something cool, and you're like, yeah, like I enjoyed it live.
Or Scott messed up and I
That's
flashed.
usually the case. It's usually I screw up, and yeah. Oh, that's the other thing. Make mistakes. Make them, and
Yeah.
I still make them, obviously. So.
That's our show. I want to thank the Vindys for talking with us and playing for us. I want to thank everybody at Suzie's Dogs and Drafts in downtown Youngstown for letting us shoot in their location. And I especially want to thank you for watching. Be sure to like, share this video, and like our Facebook page so you don't miss any upcoming content. We'll see you next time. Why do you think there's so much creativity popping up now recently?
Well, I think it has to do with not only the school being here, YSU, and it's really starting to take off with a lot of initiative from the younger students at the school. And now you're also starting to see a thriving downtown that wasn't here when Ed and I were here for our undergrad. It wasn't something that we ever really frequented. And now you're seeing this place, and you're seeing Cedars, and you're seeing all of these other venues that are in town or close to downtown being really wonderful musicians and artists in town, right? It just allows for people to really push forward with their ideas.